Okay, what I thought we might do is rather than have it when you destroy the asteroid, it spawns a alien in there. I thought we could have a ship that would fly around and drop, well, rather than aliens, it's going to drop little coins or cells, as I will call them, to undo the shields. Bit more interesting gameplay. So yeah, so first thing I did is I just went into the asteroids prefab. So under assets, prefabs, and asteroid, and I just removed the object create, and I just clicked on the object create, I highlighted it, and I just hit the minus sign, and that got rid of it. So now the asteroid will not be creating anything when it's destroyed. Okay, the next thing I did was inside Piscal app. You can see here, I created the ship that's going to drop all of the cells. So just a simple 5 frame ship. And then I created the cells themselves. You can see them here. They squish up and down, and that's like 8 frames. You can build them however you want. It's up to you. Okay, next one I'm going to do is just like the Sinistar sprite, I'm going to click on export, and I'm going to click on PNG file, and I'm going to export it as a sprite sheet. So I'm going to click on download sprite sheet right there for this, first of all, for the cell, and then I'm going to do exactly the same thing. Click on PNG, click on the export little tab right there, click on PNG, and then click on sprite sheet file export, and there they are right there. Okay, so I'm just going to minimize that. I'm just going to move Unity out of the way a little bit, and I'm going to find those sheets. There they are. So there's the cell sheet there, and the sprite sheet there and there. What I'm going to do now is I am going to click on assets. I am going to click on, I'll bring this up a little bit, images, and I'm going to click on spaceships, and I think I will drag these just into spaceships for now. So both of the sprite sheets into spaceships, and if you remember, we need to click on the sprite sheet. We need to go up to single, change it to multiple, click on sprite editor, and just click apply. And we just go to slice, and it's automatic, and we just click slice and apply, and that will slice all of our animation, or sorry, all of our individual sprites up. So I just can close that. I'm going to do, you can see now here they are right there, and I'm going to do the same thing for my cell ship. I'm going to click on multiple, I'm going to click on sprite editor, I'm going to click apply, I'm going to click on slice and automatic, and slice and apply, and there we go. That is good too. Now that will have those separate files ready to go. Okay, so we've got the first part of the process done. The second part of the process we're going to need to do is we need to create this ship. So let's go back. Let's click on the little icon here, and let's actually, I'm going to close that. Let's actually drag this ship in. So let's put it into our hierarchy, and you can see it appears right here. There is our ship. It's a bit small, so I'm going to click on rectangle tool, this one right here, and I'm just going to make it a bit larger. So maybe about that looks good. Okay, so the ship is there. Now what we want to do is we want to create an animation for that ship. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up to Window. I'm going to go down and click on Animation right here. And then the Animation tab will pop up. Sometimes the Animation tab will pop up like here in front of you, wherever it pops up, it's fine. I'm just, for now, I think what I'll do is I'll actually dock it up here on the top right there, because it'll be easy to use. Okay, and then you just click on create, just like Sinistar. We want to make sure we are in the animation folder because we created one, and there's the animation folder we created. I'm just going to click on that. So now we are inside the animation folder. I'm going to call this cell ship, and so I'm going to hit enter to save that. Okay, and now we have cell ship right here inside our animation. You can see it's ready to go. It's just waiting for the animation. So I'm going to click on this little tab here, and I'm going to highlight my first ship. I'm going to hold down shift, and I'm going to highlight my last ship. Just like Sinistar, I'm going to drag them up and kind of hover over this little gray box here, and I'm going to release. And you can see there's the ships right there. Now I'm going to slow this sample size down to, I'm going to say 20. And if you want to see what this looks like in your game, I'm just going to unhook the animator and I'm going to pop it down and click it on this little gray bar on the bottom here. So I have my animation down on the bottom and my scene. You can see there's my game, my asset store, and I have my scene on the top. All I have to do is click play here, and you can see, I'm just going to zoom in, that my animation is running on my object. So that's great, perfect. Okay, so once that is good to go, I'm just going to click stop. I'm going to undock the animator and put it back on the top because we're going to be using it again. While I'm in here, well, actually no, I won't do that yet. Let's continue on creating our ship. So what we're going to do now is we're going to add some components. I'm just going to click on the scene so we can see what's going on right here. I'm going to click add components. I'm going to go down to physics 2D, and I'm going to add a rigid body to it so we can bump into it. Let's put the gravity scale at 0. And I'm also going to add a box collider right there. I'm adding a box collider to it. And let's just check out what that looks like, just so you can wrap around how we can collide with it. Okay, once those two components are complete, we want it to basically be dropping objects. So what we're going to do first, we're going to click add component. We're going to go down to playground. I'm going to go to conditions, and I'm going to do a condition repeat script. So let's see what that looks like. So it's going to repeat. It's going to perform the action repeatedly. I'm going to change the frequency to 2 just to see what that looks like. And I'm going to click on the little plus button down here. And what I want it to do is I want it to repeat and create an object. So create object action. And now I'm just going to collapse this, and I'm going to open up my new create object action script. And it says, what prefab do you want to create? Well, I want to create this prefab, but it's not a prefab yet, so I can't really do anything with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up my all the different cut up pieces here, and I'm going to click on the first one. This is the we can actually rename this. Let's rename this so we know what it is. And these are our cells. This is what we're going to drop. I'm just going to rename it there. I'm going to grab the first one and I'm going to put it out here, and I'm going to call it cells, or cell. There we go. And let's just double click it to find it. So double click, and there it is right there. And let's just zoom out a little bit. So that's okay. It's just sitting in the middle there. Maybe make it a little bit bigger. We're going to go through the same process. We are going to animate it. So we are going to click on our animation. You can see we're on cell right now. I'm just going to click on create, and we are inside the animation, already inside the animation folder, so that's good. I'm just going to call this cell because that's what it is. And I'm going to click save. Okay, and then now we have our cell animation. I'm going to click on this little arrow. I'm going to click on that cell. I'm going to hold down shift and click on the last cell so it takes all of them. I'm going to drag it up into this gray box right here. And I don't know, maybe 20 again. And let's just see how this looks. I'm going to click on animation. I'm going to drag it down to the bottom again so I can take a look at it. There is my cell. I'm going to click play, and it's too fast. Okay, let's go 20. That's better. Still a bit fast, but that's okay for now. Okay, so our animation is good to go. I'm going to click stop. I'm going to click on cell again. And there's one more thing I want to do, I am going to click on Playground. And I'm trying to remember attribute and resource. I think this is the one right here. That's fine. So we're going to add a rectangle collider 2D to it. And this is the type of resource it's going to be. So we can name it whatever we want. For now, let's just call it coin. Just for now, let's just call it coin. And its amount the amount is 1. So whenever the player collects this, it gets 1 amount of the coin. You can rename this coin to whatever you want, but we'll leave that for now. Okay, we're almost there. Let's click on Project. I'm just going to collapse this, and I'm going to click on Assets. I'm going to click on Prefabs, and I'm actually going to turn this into a prefab by dragging it out and putting it inside my prefabs folder, and now you can see it turns blue right here. Okay, now we don't actually want this in our scene. We don't want it here anymore. So I'm going to click on it, I'm going to delete it, and now my prefab is sitting right here, ready to go. Okay, so there's my cell ship, and you remember the cell ship needs a prefab to create, and luckily for us, we just created one. So I'm going to grab the prefab, put it right in here, and now this prefab will be created again and again and again because of the condition repeat script. Okay, we got a problem though. Our ship, let me click on the ship, is not moving anywhere. It's just sitting right here. So we need to actually move it around. So to do that, what we're going to do is we're going to click Add Component. We're going to go down to Playground. We're going to click on Movement, and we're going to do Patrol right here. And under Patrol, you can see there are waypoints that you create. So it's already created one here. I can move that wherever I want. I'm going to add another one here, maybe move it over here, and add a third one and move it down here. Okay, that's pretty good for now. Maybe I'm going to do that at speed 4. And let's see how our script does. Just wondering if there's anything else I'm missing here that I need to add. I don't think so, not yet. Okay, so let's click on Play. It's thinking. There's our character. It is, it's not dropping out the cells, so let's see what we're doing wrong here. If I click on Cell Ship, Create Object Action, Prefab to create cell, Condition Repeat, Frequency 2. I can't see a reason why I wouldn't be creating a cell. Let's double click this cell. And yeah, I'm not sure why it's not creating that. Let's double click on our cell ship here again. And relative to this object, that's why. This is probably creating the cells at 0, 0 in the middle of the in the middle of the scene right here. So let's try that again. Luckily we could troubleshoot that. There they are. You can see it's dropping them now. They're quite small, but every time I pick up one, it adds it to my my little inventory on the bottom left corner. Okay, great. This is awesome. Hopefully this has helped.